Hello friends and fellow bibliophiles, welcome back to Kat's Novel Adventures. In today's video, I want to share with you some books and bookish items I've either bought for myself or I have received in the last few months. This book haul includes books that I have recently purchased from Scholastic, a couple of books I've gotten from Amazon, as well as some books I picked up in the bargain section at Books A Million. And I received some really wonderful bookish gifts from my bestie Kelsey at Slum and Slashers. So let's go ahead and get started with the books that I have recently gotten from Scholastic. I'm very excited to share this first book with you because it is not only a picture book, but it was also $2. And that is a Lily's Purple Plastic Purse by Kevin Henkes. What a title. Try saying that one 3 times really fast. I love Kevin Henkes. He is a wonderful author and illustrator of children's books. And he writes about some really charming characters. There's always a wonderful message in his stories. Look how cute Lily is. She's so excited about her purple purse. I'm going to be using this book in my Title I classes next year. And then I ended up picking up 2 horror-related middle grade books. And the first one is called Last Laugh by K.R. Alexander. Nighty night, sleep tight. Don't let the clown bite. I am not a fan of clowns, but I keep reading about them. I don't know. They creep me out. They give me, a little bit of fright here and there. But this one would actually work out for Kelsey's Carnival readathon that she does on Patreon. There's nothing funny about pure evil. There's nothing funny about clowns. And then I got the second book in the House of Shivers series by R.L. Stine, and that is Goblin Monday. Check that out. This one would be perfect for Folklore February. It takes place in the winter, and it involves goblins, elves, and trolls. Don't go out in the woods today. And then I was very excited to get a hold of this book because I think it was also about $2 or $3. And it is a favorite of mine. It is by Mildred D. Taylor, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I taught this book many years ago to my 6th graders. And then I also had the opportunity to talk a little bit about it with some of my 8th graders. It was a summer reading book for them, and we got to talk about it before they worked on a project that they had to do related to their summer reading. But this book is terrific. It was a Newbery Medal winner back in 1977, and it is about the Logan family. So let me tell you a little bit about it. Why is the land so important to Cassie's family? It takes the events of one turbulent year, the year of the Night Riders and the burnings, the year a white girl humiliates Cassie in public simply because she is Black, to show Cassie that having a place of their own is the Logan family's lifeblood. It is the land that gives the Logans their courage and pride, for no matter how others may degrade them, the Logans possess something no one can take away. This is a fantastic book. Very excited to reread it because it's been many years since I have read it. I also read a book by Mildred D. Taylor called Mississippi Bridge that also includes the Logan family. So I have to dig that up out of my bucket and reread that after I read this one. I picked up another Mildred D. Taylor. This one's very short. It's called The Gold Cadillac. Very tiny. So I'll be reading this one along with Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. A drive south becomes dangerous for Lois and her family. So very excited. If you have not read anything by Mildred D. Taylor, I highly recommend that you pick up her books. They're wonderful. I picked up a book called Gary Paulson. I picked up a book called Puppies, Dogs, and Blue Northers that is written by Gary Paulson. This is a nonfiction book. I have read several books by Gary Paulson. I love his writing. And this one is 14,000 miles, 6 litters of puppies, and 1 cookie. An experienced Iditarod racer, Gary Paulson celebrates his lead dog and longtime companion, Cookie, in this intimate essay. Paulson takes readers inside the kennel as Cookie's last litter of pups grow and learn to pull sleds across the snowy frontier. It's a wild, joyous, and unforgettable ride. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. And it's short, but like I said, I've read some Gary Paulson stories and really have enjoyed them. And then very, very excited to get a hold of these books. It came as a pack of 3. I love this author, James Ponte. He wrote a fantastic trilogy called Dead City, which is about zombies, but it's action-packed. It has some strong characters in it, and I highly recommend that series. This one is another series called City Spies. This is the first book in the trilogy. It says, code name, Brooklyn. Sarah Martinez is a hacker. She recently broke into the New York City foster care system to expose her foster parents as cheats and lawbreakers. However, instead of being hailed as a hero, Sarah finds herself facing years in juvenile detention and, even worse, banned from using computers. Enter Mother, a British spy who offers her a way out of her current problem and the chance to make a home for herself within a top secret M16 agency. So that sounds really good. It has kids in it. Sure, it's going to be action-packed. Book 2 is called Golden Gate. And then book 3 is called Forbidden City. And because I bought it as a 3-pack, they also had this little pen in there. It is called UV Pen Red and Black, but not really sure. I think it might be like a magic pen, and then you shine a light on it and read. Maybe you can write a mystery message, perhaps. Anyway, very excited to read the books. Not sure if I'll use the pen. We shall see. I might have to send a message out to someone that I don't want anybody else to see one day. Who knows? Next up are what I would consider upper middle grade or YA. And the first book is The Season of Sticks Malone by Kekla Magoon. Love, love, love this cover. And it is an award winner. It is a Coretta Scott King Honor Award. Friendships are forged, loyalties are tested, and miracles just might be possible. Caleb Franklin and his big brother, Bobby Jean, have the whole summer to explore the woods in Sutton, Indiana. Caleb longs to venture beyond their small town, but his dad likes the family to stay close to home. Then Caleb and Bobby Jean meet new neighbor Sticks Malone. Sticks is 16 and he oozes cool. He promises the boys that together they can pull off the great escalator trade, a way to turn one small thing into more and more until they achieve their wildest dreams. But as the trades get bigger, the brothers find themselves in over their heads. Sticks has secrets, and Caleb fears their whole plan might fall apart. Yeah, so really am interested to check out this author. It's a new to me author, but again, check out that cover. Absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. Story sounds really great too. Then I got another horror story called Frozen Charlotte, a Ghost Story. This is by Alex Bell. And inside it says, Charlotte is cold. So when her best friend dies under mysterious circumstances, Sophie sets off to stay with her cousins on the remote Isle of Skye. It's been years since she last saw them. Brooding Cameron with his scarred hand. Piper, who seems too perfect to be real. And peculiar little Lila's with her fear of bones. Still, Sophie never expected the strange new rules the family now lives by. Make no mention of Cameron's accident. Bum, bum, bum. Nice cover, too. Then I have a Twisted Tale. This is a fairy tale retelling. Very excited about this. I believe it is based on The Princess and the Frog. It takes place in New Orleans. It's called Almost There, A Twisted Tale. What if Tiana made a deal that changed everything? So how fun is that? And it also, like I said, takes place in New Orleans. So can't wait to check that out. That is another one perfect for Folklore February. And then I have one called League of Liars by Astrid Schult. This, I believe, is more YA. In the city of Cardell, magic hides in the shadows. Anyone can call it forth at any time for any reason, but with consequences that are often catastrophic, even deadly. The use of Edam, extra-dimensional magic, is outlawed. No one knows this better than 17-year-old Cater Broduk, who once succumbed to Edam's lure himself. Now Cater is on the straight and narrow, and his dream is to become a prosecutor to ensure Edam abusers are punished to the fullest extent of the law. This one sounds pretty good. So can't wait to try out all of my books that I got from Scholastic. The next two books are books that I ordered from Amazon, and the first one is called Mothers of Enchantment, New Tales of Fairy Godmothers. This is edited by Kate Wolford. I actually purchased this for the Cozy Cottage Book Club. It was their May selection. Unfortunately, I didn't get it in enough time to read the 12 stories that are in it, but I'm going to save it because this will work out perfectly for Folklore February. And it says, retellings of Pinocchio, Rumpelstiltskin, Beauty and the Beast, and the Frog Prince show the magic of these stories in a whole new light, infused with modern sensibilities, but honoring the tradition of fairy tales. These dozen stories will enchant and inspire you. And I am also excited to read the stories because I have 2 anthologies of Krampus stories that were edited by Kate Wolford, and absolutely loved both of those anthologies. I'm a big fan of Krampus. But I also noticed at the back of this book, she has 2 more fairy tale retellings that she's curated, and one is called Beyond the Glass Slipper, 10 Neglected Fairy Tales to Fall in Love With, and also Frozen Fairy Tales. So I'm thinking I might go ahead and pick up those collections as well. And then one book that I have been so excited to get my hands on. I actually pre-ordered this and it came in just a few days ago. And that is Stephen King's short story collection called You Like It Darker. 12 new short stories by Stephen King. And the one I am the most excited about is Rattlesnakes, which happens to be a sequel to the novel Cujo. So very excited to check that out and see, how it's related to Cujo. Now, if you notice, it looks like an island, right? But it really is a crocodile because look how it wraps around to the back. Is that not fantastic? Wonderful, wonderful cover art. But I'm looking forward to this one and hoping that I can read this in the summer. That's my goal, is to try to read it, at least read Rattlesnakes. The next 2 books are books that I picked up from Books A Million, and the first one is Irish Fairy Tales. I actually picked this up during Folklore February of this year, but did not get a chance to read anything from it. I got it for like $5, so it was a great deal. It's myths, legends, folk tales, and stories from around the world. Fairy stories, especially from the rich tradition of Ireland, where the supernatural grew from the legends of the Celts, are the magic stories of everyday folk seeking solutions to the challenges of the day. The sprightly collection brings together tales inspired by older myths and fables and stories of banshees, kings, changelings, tricksters, and beloved princesses. And this is the general editor for this book is Jake Jackson. So there's a whole series of these books over at Books A Million, and I went ahead and picked this one up. And I'm sure if they continue to have these books there, I might go ahead and collect them over time, because I like short stories. I like short story collections, and it's fun to have them around if you just want something really quick to read. And then I also picked up The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I got this also in the bargain section. It says $7.97, but I'm sure I got it for a little bit less because I do have a reward card, and so you save a certain percentage on your purchases. And I have only read one book by Alex Michaelides, and that was The Silent Patient, which was his debut novel. I didn't realize that at the time. I realized that when I ended up picking up this book. It was not my most favorite book. Part of it I loved, the other part not so much. I ended up giving it like 3 stars, but I enjoyed it enough that I would pick up more by this author, obviously. And this one is a spellbinding tale of psychological suspense, weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. Edward Fosca is a murderer. Of this, Mariana is certain. But Fosca is untouchable, a handsome and charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University. Fosca is adored by staff and students alike, particularly by members of a secret society of female students known as the Maidens. Mariana Andros is a brilliant but troubled group therapist who becomes fixated on the Maidens when one member, a friend of Mariana's niece, Zoe, is found murdered in Cambridge. So it sounds very, very good. And this one would also work probably really well for Folklore February because of the mythology in it. Now I want to share some of my birthday goodies that I received from Kelsey. I know I'm a little bit late sharing. I've had these put to the side to talk about with you for a while. So now I'm finally getting around to it. Both Kelsey and I have birthdays in January, and for whatever reason, we didn't get together until I think around March to exchange our gifts. We were just both very busy during our birthday month. And I figured maybe you would like to see some of the items that she gave me. She is a fantastic gift giver. And the first item I want to share is a book actually called Them or Us by David Moody. Isn't that a fantastic cover? It is a zombie book. Y'all know how much I love zombies. Are you one of them or us? The war, which has torn the human race apart, is finally nearing an end. The population has been devastated and the earth has been reduced to a poison ruin. Most of the towns and cities are uninhabitable, and with the country in the grip of a savage nuclear war, both haters and unchanged alike struggle to survive. So this seems like it's going to be a little bit different from other zombie books that I have read or even like movies that I have watched. So I'm interested to see where this is going to go. Like my zombie book, Kelsey is really good at choosing gifts that are related to things that I love or people that I love. And it could be my favorite author or perhaps favorite characters, a favorite season or animal, or even favorite stories. And this first item is no exception. She got me a Stephen King mug that says, "Never underestimate a woman who reads Stephen King books." Absolutely love this for so many reasons. 1, favorite author. 2, it's a coffee mug and I love to drink coffee. In fact, I just recently used this mug on my Wednesday sprints. I drank myself a cup of praline pecan coffee out of this mug. Every good book needs a good bookmark, and she got me 2 fantastic ones. 2 of my favorite characters, Fox Mulder and Dana Scully from the X-Files. I love the X-Files. These are terrific too because they're laminated, so they will last for a very long time. And I could use them thematically in an alien book that I'm reading or one of my X-Files books that I own. Most of you know that I enjoy fall and the spooky season, and this next gift will definitely keep me in the spooky mood. I am notorious for writing down notes on pieces of paper or post-it notes. Kelsey knows that about me. So this next gift is going to keep me a little more organized. She got me a set of notepads, and they're very cute. This one is a to-do list. Precious. Let me see. Nice little notepad. This one has days of the week. Awesome. And then the last is a calendar. And what I like about this is it hasn't been dated, so I can use it whenever I want to plan some content. And the great thing about it is I can tear the sheet off of the pad. I can hole punch at the top and stick this in a binder. So then I can reference it the next year just to see what did I do during that month. It'll be a great way to keep up with content. I love wearing thematic socks, and Kelsey got me 2 pairs, and the first are kitty cats. Look how cute. Kitty cats are my favorite animal, And these socks are giving me Edgar Allan Poe vibes, you know, The Black Cat, the short story. And the other pair will be perfect for the spooky season, and that is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Look how cute. And at the top they say Halloween Forever. Yay! Makes me want it to be Halloween now. Last but certainly not least, Kelsey got me this fantastic poster. Welcome to Sleepy Hollow. Look how amazing. The colors are absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to get this framed, and it will definitely be out during the spooky season. Well, friends, those are some new books that I have added to my library and some wonderful bookish items that have given me quite a happiness boost. Have you read any of the books I mentioned today? Are you a Stephen King fan and are looking forward to his new collection of short stories? If so, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you watching. And until our paths cross again, stay amazing and be adventurous.